You complain when rain ruins your weekend plans. You sit on your couch, order food, and turn on the TV. But 30,000 years ago, 7 straight days of pouring rain wasn't just annoying, it was a terrifying, slow-motion nightmare that pushed entire tribes to their absolute breaking point. To understand why rain was so dangerous, you have to realize one simple fact. Cavemen did not have waterproof clothes. Their jackets were made of dried animal skins. When heavy rain hits leather, it absorbs the water like a giant sponge. It gets extremely heavy, smells terrible, and freezes your body. If a hunter stayed outside in the rain for too long, his clothes would slowly freeze him to death. So what did the tribe do? They ran inside their cave and waited. But a cave during a week-long storm was not a cozy home. It was a dark, wet prison. You might think, why didn't they just build a giant campfire to stay warm? Because of physics. A massive fire produces a lot of thick gray smoke. When it rains heavily, the cold air outside pushes down on the cave entrance. This traps all the smoke inside. If the tribe built a big fire, the cave would fill with toxic smoke in minutes, choking everyone inside. So they were forced to build only a tiny, weak fire near the very front of the cave. That meant most of the cave stayed pitch black and freezing cold. Then came the next massive problem. Hunger. Ancient humans did not have refrigerators. They ate fresh meat from recent hunts. After 3 days of non-stop rain, their stored food started to rot. Flies and maggots took over the meat. But because it was pouring water outside, no one could go hunting. The animals were hiding, tracks were washed away, and spears were too slippery to throw. The tribe had to make a horrific choice: eat green, spoiled meat or starve in the dark. And then the psychological nightmare started. Imagine being trapped inside a dark, freezing stone room with 20 other hungry, cold people for 7 days. You can hear the screaming wind outside. Water is constantly dripping on your head from the ceiling. The floor turns into slippery, wet mud. Without smartphones or books, boredom turned into extreme stress. Fights broke out over tiny things: who gets to sit closer to the tiny fire, who ate the last piece of dry meat, or who is breathing too loudly. Paranoia crept in. Worst of all, the rain destroyed their greatest defense: fire. If a sudden flood of water leaked into the cave and put out their tiny flame, they were in total darkness. Making fire back then took hours of rubbing wet sticks or striking damp stones together. In the dark, shivering from cold, they knew that packs of hungry wolves and cave bears were also looking for shelter from the storm. When the rain finally stopped on day 8, the tribe did not celebrate. Weak, starving, and covered in mud, they crawled out into the sunlight, just trying to survive another day.